Hey guys, Darcy here, joined by Kris, and welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast. Wow, that was spectacular.
It was.
Almost exactly when I started. Wow. Fuck.
The vibrating of the phone?
Huh? What?
The vibrating of the phone?
Yes.
That was my phone, by the way.
Good.
That was all over there.
Good.
So you might not get all of this out.
Good. No. Well, yes. So welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast on a day that's quite odd. And the reason it's odd is because today is the day before Australia Day. But when
this comes up,
out, it will be the day after. So we are in a situation where, in this video at least, we are both before and after Australia Day. Phone freaks my brain out too. Anyway, Wednesday, as always, that's when we record this, and well, I just wanted to start this off by telling Kris a little bit of an anecdote. It's not really an anecdote, it's just a full-on story of what happened today, which is, I woke up, went to the gym, everything normal there, came home, forgot what day it was, lay down on my chair here, just across, full reclined, full lean back, had a snooze, woke up, went to work. Driving back at like 6 o'clock at night, as you do, only 100 kilometers an hour. Exactly, precisely 100 kilometers an hour.
Yes.
Because to go any higher would be speeding.
It would be.
And I don't break the law. So 100 exactly. All the time.
Every time.
At exactly that speed.
The cruise control gets set.
Was
exactly on it.
Was not going any faster than that at all, even a little bit.
No.
Because that would be illegal.
Yeah. Same with my drive last night.
Exactly.
Nothing over. Not at all.
Anyway, so I'm driving back at 6 o'clock at night, and I was like, that's Wednesday. I'm like, Wednesday. I feel I forgot. I forgot to post a video today.
Oh, shit.
So I get home, I'm like, if I finish off my work stuff, run downstairs, I'm like, I've got video. So the video was posted at like 7:30 at night. Which is hilarious because... Huh?
Yeah, you weren't doing it when I got here.
Yes, I was. It was uploading.
Okay.
So today, instead of doing something that I should have done, I just had a nap because I was feeling like it. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to kick my feet out. I'm going to have a snooze. I had a snooze. It was great. I woke up an hour later feeling refreshed. And then I just, forgot to put a video on to until like 6 or 9. I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, and now we are here. And now we're here doing this podcast.
Well, at least you're on time for work.
Yes. I actually was. I arrived there 5.5 minutes early.
I wasn't on time for work yesterday.
This good.
Half hour late.
This good. In other news, me and Kris have unpacked a bunch of my stuff, and you can now see that on the wall behind us.
Yes.
There's stuff there. It's not just my face.
Somewhat blocked.
Yes, but trust us, it's there.
Well, you can sort of see some of it. You see the Assassin's Creed stuff.
You see all the interesting
baseball stuff.
Yes.
The top part of Death's Mask.
Yes. And a cog. Cog.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we did on the weekend. We just unpacked a bunch of my stuff that a lot of it I hadn't unpacked before, so yeah.
To be honest, I mostly sat there playing House Flipper. But
He did. He was very unhelpful.
hey, look, I helped. I put some of that Assassin's Creed one together.
Yes. So now we just need to find something to go on that big piece of wood. And it'll be nice. Oh, and my bag got a chair, so that's always good as well.
Hey, look, I've showed you a whole heap of stuff you could do.
Swings and roundabouts.
Just play.
That's true. We could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a week.
Indeed it has.
Stuff happened. Other stuff happened. Stuff happens.
It does.
I never speed. That's something that everyone can remember, and if you're a police officer, just remember that. I don't speed.
Neither do I.
So don't even bother pulling me over, because I'm doing exactly the speed. I'm like a wizard. I do exactly the speed limit.
Even when the speedo doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been through the car, but it doesn't work.
I've been in a few where the speedo's a goddamn liar.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Saying I'm doing 120. No, I'm doing 100 because I know.
That's it. I know, right?
No, it's one of those funny things, like, because I'm driving. You're on the highway, right? Highway driving for me is like crazy. I'm driving along, and then you got to go through like one of these small fucking fuck off towns. It's like blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah. 80.
Nope.
60.
Nope.
40.
50.
What?
That's what Kawarl is. 50.
Oh, it is too.
Yep. So you're going along at 100. It's like drop down to 80, drop down to 60, drop down to 50. You're at 50 for like literally probably like a kilometre.
And it feels like
And
such a long
every
distance because you've just come off of doing it.
every time I'm driving through that, I'm just like, fucks. Like my eyes are like glued to my speedo because I'm just like, fucking hell. I thought I was going super slow. It's like you're going at 70, and you're like, but everything is moving so slow around me.
I just set the cruise control and just go, and I'm like.
Also, it'd be nice if there was like an
damn it.
anti-cruise control. You know, like you set a speed limit, and no matter how hard you put your foot down, it can't go over that while it's active.
Well, if you got cruise control on, why the fuck did you get your foot on the accelerator?
I always have my foot on the accelerator. Gotta go fast.
I mean, true.
No, but like, yeah, no, it's just like sitting there going through this town, and it always feels like you're going so slow, and you're like, look at the speedometer, and you're like, I'm doing 80, fuck, gotta slow down even more. So I was, trying, you know, like whenever you're going at 100, I feel like you just must, your reaction speed has got to increase, right?
Oh, it does. It 100%
And we know that, and we know. But then when you're like forced to drop back down for such a short amount of time, it is like,
it's the worst.
oh, it's so bad. It's like you're literally sitting there and you're like, how fast am I going?
I'm
I'm going at 60 kilometers an hour. I could walk faster than this. And you're like,
really couldn't, but
no, absolutely.
My God, it sucks.
No, it's the worst. And it's
the only
it's some
way,
kind of mental torture. Like seriously,
the only way to get past it is to get out of the car and walk.
Yeah.
Get back in, and it feels slightly normal again.
Yes.
Still shit.
But I know, I was just fucking thinking that, and I was just like, wouldn't it be nice if you could like just for when you go into these buttfuck small towns, be like, hit that, and that way it doesn't really matter if you're like, yep, put my foot down on the accelerator, and you're not going any faster. And you're going, oh god, it's horrible. And you just switch it off when you're out of the town, and you go back to driving normally.
I swear to God, it's a way to get through. It'd be a good way for them to target and get people or give people tickets. Because it's so
They
easy
already
to
have
see.
a way, and I really dislike it. Because especially here, you'll notice police put themselves at the bottom of hills.
Yeah, so when you've set your cruise control, it still goes faster.
Because, you know...
It's a steep enough hill that it struggles to keep it at that speed.
It's like if you're doing the speed limit down a hill, you're going to be fluctuating. And, you know, depending on how close the person behind you is, and let's face it...
They're going to be closing.
Yes. You're always going to have, like... Even people... You're always going to be going faster down when you come off the bottom of a hill. And it's like... You know, even if you're like, I'm 100% someone who never speeds, you're going to be doing faster if you like to sit on the speed limit. And my thing with the speed limit is the speed limit is the speed you must be doing.
Yes.
It's not like, God, be under the speed limit. Gotta be under the speed. No. Fuck you. Do the speed limit.
There are exceptions when you can't see a meter in front of you. When you can barely or just see the front of your car. So if you can only just see the front of your car, okay, I'll accept 10 k's under. I mean, that's as far.
Really dry.
That's why I had a drink.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm just like, do the speed limit. And like, what really pisses me off is like 3 drops of rain. Everyone's doing 10k under speed limit. It's like, do you not understand speed limits?
Do you not realise where we live and the fact that those 3 drops of rain are already gone?
But it's just like, I really think people struggle to understand the concept of a speed limit, which is pure and simply this. It is set on a road for most conditions.
There were nights where I left work and I could swear to God, like my only thought process when I got home was like, is this like a national, everyone do 20 k's under the speed limit? Because
I have a
70 zone they were doing 50, 60 zone they were doing 40. I got to a 40 zone and they were doing 20, and it was like everyone, not just one person.
So this means I have a story.
I know you have a story, but it pissed me off that night. I was fine.
like seriously, it's a fucking it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, you go out, spits of rain, like so minute that you wouldn't even put on your windscreen wiper, and people are like, got to do 10k under the speed limit. And you're like, you realize this road, this dead straight 2-laned road with great runoff on both sides, is set to 70 kilometers an hour because we know sometimes it fucking rains heavily.
Yes.
If it was just the speed limit is set for dry weather, all speed limits would be up at like 100.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if it's dry and you're on a perfectly straight road, go at a fucking 100 because seriously, it's a straight fucking road.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we set road limits based on weather conditions. Guess what? You live in a place where sometimes you can have fucking torrential downpours. We take that into account when we set our speed limit. Yes, there are some areas where it's a bit grey and dry, like, you know, go a bit slower, drive to the conditions. But that's like,
let's just say hail.
If the road is so fucking slippery that you are aquaplaning, slow the fuck down. But if it's
but don't slam your foot on your brake, because if you do, you're a fucking idiot. You're aquaplaning.
But like, you know, if it's fucking, it's barely spitting, and it's like you've seen 3 drops of rain on your windscreen, do not fucking slow down by 10 kilometers an hour. That's not going to help you at all. You're just going to get the shit beat out of you by the 25 fucking people behind you who you've just pissed off.
And it's only 10k. 10k's is a massive difference. Massive.
It is. But yeah, no. I was just, so anyway, my story, my finger waggling story. I forgot what the week was. I know I started off by saying I forgot it was Wednesday. Well, this is the first week back at school.
Oh.
I went to go get myself something to eat at 3 o'clock on Monday. So,
you know, I'm now realising that I also forgot that on Monday.
Yeah. So,
actually, no.
For those of you who aren't aware, I ordered myself some Mexican food. Between me and the Mexican food is like 3 school zones.
One of them you don't have to deal with.
No, but no matter no matter which path I want to go, I have to go through a school zone because there's 3 of them.
3 of them?
Yep, Glenmore. So I can't even come back the back way and try and avoid it all.
Oh, I mean, you got to go through the traffic.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, because, like, if you're going past Emmaus, it's the full speed limit because they have fences.
No. It's not the school zones that are the problem. It's the people driving in the school zones that are the problem. And I kid you not, like, I'm driving along and I'm just like, fuck. I ended up, like, changing direction like 7 times because the traffic was not moving. And, like, it was bad. And so anyway, driving along, I turned around from up there, came back down this way, got onto the main highway, driving past Emmaus. The traffic is all the way blocked up to fucking Red Hill.
Oh.
From Stockland, so that's about, 2 kilometres? Kilometre and a half?
Maybe 1.5.
Yeah. So it's a ridiculously long stretch. And the traffic is just not moving. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Eventually I get to close enough so I can see what's up ahead of me. And I see this. Cars. This one goes around the corner. This one gets around the corner before this one starts going. And that's how they're doing it. And I'm just like, have you people never driven in traffic before? You do not sit there and go, oh wait, gotta wait till he's around the corner before I can leave. No. You fucking drive around the corner with him.
Yeah, the only time you don't do that is, and follow them around, that is if, for instance, it's a turn with care situation.
Oh, you mean like...
You go into, one person goes into the intersection while oncoming traffic is coming, and you just wait, and they go when they can.
Yeah.
That's the only time you don't go around.
Exactly. If you have a green turning light, you want to keep the traffic flowing.
Yes.
But it's like that cop that said to you, why'd you go through the traffic light? Because as I was approaching it, it was green. Yeah, but it was orange when you arrived there. Yeah, but I was going at the speed limit, so I didn't have time to stop.
Well, no, not only that, it was...
You should always approach a green traffic light with the intention to stop. No, it's a green fucking traffic light. You should approach it with the intention to go through it.
Because you want to keep traffic moving. But no. The actual thing was it had gone amber with. Generally, you would go, okay, there's enough time.
Fuck it, mate, you can make it.
Having said that, it was raining and the cop was tailgating me.
Oh, that's even better.
So, if I had have stopped, they more than likely would have went up the back end of my car, and then I would have been getting a ticket for, why did you stop?
Yeah.
Clearly wasn't safe.
Why'd you suddenly broke? Well, that's like my biggest thing, like with the amber traffic lights.
But by the time I'd gone through that traffic light, because I pulled over, looked in my mirrors, it was still amber, so there was plenty of time.
Yeah.
It's just, they were like, oh, it was almost red when you went through it. It's like, it wasn't even red when I fucking stopped.
Does that mean it was red when you went through it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like, I don't think you're allowed to be doing that.
No. But like that's like my whole thing with like the amber traffic light is like, it's so that you can, it's a safety thing. So if it's safe for you to stop, you stop. And like no cop can ever pull you over for going through an amber traffic light because all you've got to say is to them,
I didn't think it was safe.
I didn't think it was safe for me to stop. And everything they can say to you is gone because like, yeah, but from where we were sitting, were you in the car with me? Were you driving the car? Do you know anything about this car? No. So in my mind, it was not safe to stop. Yeah. Were you the person in the car behind me that was that far from my bumper?
Yeah, and this was also the first time I was driving that car in the rain. I'd never driven that car in the rain before, so I was like,
As I said, I just sit there and I go like, amber traffic lights are great because if anyone ever pulls you over for going through one and being like, oh, you shouldn't have gone through that, you have plenty of time stopping. That's get ready to stop. It's like, I didn't think it was safe for me to stop. And they go, well, obvious. And you go, excuse me? And if had there been a giant crash there, which was avoided because I chose to do something that I believed was safe,
I'm at fault. So it's, because they must have decided to do a good cop, bad cop thing. Because one of them came over and he was like just asking the general stuff. It's like, why didn't you stop back there? It's like, look, I didn't think it was safe to. This is the first time I driven the car in the rain, and I thought I was too close, so I didn't stop.
Also, you were right up my fucking
and
arse.
And then he turned around and he's like, okay, that's fair enough. Walks away, the other one comes back, he's like, okay, do you know it's illegal to go through an amber light when you've got plenty of time to stop? I'm like,
do you know the law, Mr. Police Officer?
He's like, are you aware that it's, like at the time, he's like, are you aware that it's $300 and 3 points if you went through it? It's like,
that's not true at all.
No, I wasn't aware of that. It's like, how many points have you got? It's like,
all of them, motherfucker.
Well, no, I had one gone because the cop pulled me over, and then as he was walking over to my car, searching for things to get me on.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, because you never guess what was on my car.
A P plate.
A red P plate. Yeah, because like he pulls me over, and then he's like, I pulled you over for the same reason as the P plate behind you. It's like, both red P plates. He's like, he's got a crack in his windscreen as well. I was like, I look in my rear view, I can't even fucking see it. Yet you telling me you're pulling me over. You started pulling me over 100 meters ago. And then tell me that, no, I pulled you over through the crack in the windscreen. It's like, no, don't tell me that. You walked over to my car.
See, I get pulled over a lot by the police because I have long blonde hair and generally wear a cap. Yes. And they're just like, Druggy! Get him! We're gonna get him! And it's like, no.
Whereas I'm surprised I don't get pulled over.
And then just like one of my favourite times was New Year's Eve, and I was like on my way to the bottle, picking up some good stuff, heading over to a party, and I get pulled over by like a van of cops. When I say a van of cops, like 6 of them get out of it, and they're just like,
they just finished a drug bust.
They just came over like copping around, and they're like, how's it going? I'm like, not too bad. And they're like, where you off to? I'm like, I'm just swinging over to the bottle to pick up some stuff for tonight. You know how it is? And they're like, yep. And they're like, thinking of driving tonight? I'm like, nah, parents are dropping me off at my friend's place. Gonna drink a few booze. Mm-hmm. And then probably walk home. And they're like, oh, man, that's smart. And they're like, going to the clubs? I'm like, nah, I hate the clubs. And they're like, good. If only more people were like you, we'd have less brawls. And I was like, exactly.
It's true.
And then they were like, well, everything seems in order here, young sir. Just one question before you go. Dinner. And I'm like, burritos, and they're like, that sounds delicious. And then all 6 of them shuffled back in. And they went off and got burritos. I was like, and that's my thing. Like,
they pulled you over because they didn't know what their fucking dinner.
Well, yeah. But like as I said, that was like my favorite thing because I was just like, most of my interactions with the police are fucking just like that because I'm just a motherfucking chill dude.
Yeah.
And when they pull me over, I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, okay, you want to see my license? Here's my license. When we blow into that tube, blow into the tube. When was the last time I drank? Like a week ago. And they're just like, oh yeah, sweet. I've had a few pull me over like late at night when I've been doing like a midnight Macca's run.
Of course, yes.
And they're just like, checking the back, and I'm just like, there's no one in there. They just wanted to get my Macca's, and they're like, what you doing? I'm like, Macca's, and they're like, okay.
Macca's run.
Can you blow into this? I'm like, I suppose. And they're like, yeah, you're good to go. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't think I wasn't going to be good to go.
I'm just like, this is embarrassing for us both. Hey, why are you out after midnight? I just realized I'm a fat fuck.
Like I was hungry.
I'm sorry, okay? It's just so delicious. One chip?
Chip?
Look, could I bribe you into letting me go for a chip? No. Okay, well then I'm gonna eat it.
Give me a second.
This is gonna take long because my burger's getting cold. And I may be a fat fuck, but I don't want to eat a cold burger.
They are not the interactions I get with the cops.
No, it's because you're an asshole.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I'm very polite when they pull me over.
Yeah. Except for that one time that you were street racing and I was like...
I wasn't street racing.
They were very polite. God damn it, he won because of you.
No, he lost. But there was no street racing.
Anyway, no. But yeah, no, I find it so funny because like...
Oh, he tried to pin so much on me though. He's like, sounds like a straight exhaust. It's not a straight exhaust. I'm gonna check. Gets down. And it doesn't look like a straight exhaust. I told you, it's stock standard. Are you sure? Yes.
Yes, I haven't modified this car.
Why won't you believe that it's stock standard? There is no modifications on it.
But yeah, no, I just like all of my interactions with the police generally are just like, yeah, I'm just fucking super chill. Even when they pull me over 6 times in a row for driving near the clubs on New Year's Eve and it's the same cops and they just keep pulling me over and being like, oh, would you like to blow into this? I'm like, it's been like 15 minutes. I haven't gone and gotten fucking shit-faced.
I haven't even had one drink.
Yeah. Or fucking the time I was like, it's like the worst time ever, but I was just like driving and it was like a road that I have to drive over like every time I want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And they just have like random drug testing 3 times in a day. Like, okay, well, I was like, you didn't catch anything the first time. You think I'm gonna, knowing this is here, you think I'm gonna drive back here if I'm being like getting fucking off my tit? That's just what you want us to think if you were off your tit. Yeah, we got you now. And I'm just like, oh, well, the third time the same cop's just like, oh, I'm like,
Is that actually the sound you made?
Yes. It was just like, look, just do it again. And I'm like, I don't want to. Like, it's been like 20 fucking minutes. I went and got lunch. You can see my lunch. I was in the drive-thru. I was in the fucking drive-thru at Macca's. Why? Why you do this? It's like, yeah, but you could be smoking weed in the drive-thru at Macca's. Like, yes,
get that from a breath test.
But then you would smell it.
One, you'd smell it. 2, a breath test ain't gonna do shit on that one.
That's the one where they...
Oh, they were doing that test?
Yeah. Yeah, this is proper drug testing. I was just like, fuck. I'm like, okay, yeah, put your tongue out. Yeah, okay. It's come back clean. I'm like, obviously. So did the last 2.
I've never had one of those before. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just like... But yeah, it was pretty funny. But I don't generally have bad interactions with the police. But I also don't let them just fucking tell me things because I'm like, oh, that's not the law, and they're like, yes, it is. I'm like, no.
Yeah, now, like I said, the amber light, it's not stop, it's
prepare. If it is safe, stop.
Yes.
If you don't think it's safe, don't stop. And if you're in Australia, yeah, put your foot down. Come on.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's probably the reason why the cop thought it was illegal, because like what they actually get you for in Australia when you go through the amber light is going at like 80 kilometers an hour. You know this is 40, right? Yeah, but I thought I could make it.
But I knew I could make it. No, you couldn't because you were speeding. So yeah. Did I make it?
Was it red when I went through?
No.
No, made it.
Made it. We're getting you.
Okay, we're giving you a speeding ticket.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, but we're all agreed I made it, right?
We all agreed I made it. I didn't run through a red light. Oh, you did.
Oh, fuck.
Sweet.
Brilliant. Just fucking great.
It's like every time like a cop comes near me, I'm like, okay. Whereas normally I change from first to fourth. So I just get to the speed limit, change straight to the gear I need. When there's a cop around, I change through the gears.
Yeah. It's better for your car. But yeah, no. And then it's like in Sydney, it was just like all of my interactions with the cops were like just fucking ridiculous. Like ridiculous in the funniest way. Like when we got a cop to sign my friend's arm, because it was like, hey, can you just sign this dude's arm? And he's like, what? Like, who do you think I am? We're like, someone. He was like, I'm very confused by this. All the time I was just like standing there, and then all of a sudden I like turn around, there's just like fucking two police on like fucking horses right now over my shoulder, like right there. I'm just like,
What?
I'm like, I should have brought my horse.
Would have been less weird.
Yeah. It's like, oh, now I'm standing here next to a fucking horse waiting across the road. Like this is not something I expected to happen today.
Just like randomly pull out some carrots.
But yeah, I was just like fucking standing there, I was like waiting across the road, and then all of a sudden there's like two horses next to me. I'm just like,
Shit.
These fuckers know it's the middle of a city, right? These horses shouldn't be here.
Oh, there's cops on them. Shit.
This is some outback country shit.
It is.
No, but yeah, that's it. And then, like I said last time, all the cops that were like, "Hey, stop drinking," and it's like, "What do you got to do about it?" They're like, "He's got us. We can't do anything."
Shit.
Oh wait, that's right. We're the police. We can do something.
We can do something. Shit, that was half an hour ago. Fuck.
Can't arrest one of them. Seriously, sometimes I think they like looked at us and went, "We've only got 2 handcuffs. There's like 7 of them. We can't arrest them all."
We can get 2 of them.
So we get 2 of them, but then the others are just going to be dickheads.
Yeah, pretty much. And then
hey, you arrested my buddy. Yeah, because he's gone to the jail. Oh, but you could let him go, right?
You could let him go.
You don't have to arrest him. Nah.
And then maybe they're even thinking about what's going to happen once they get out.
Yeah.
Oh, because they're going to get so much shit. They're the 2 that got caught.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Fuck.
No, then there's fucking... I can't remember what it was. It was something stupid. I was like... I think I was watching like a YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
And it was like... a cop. And it wasn't an Australian cop. It was like a cop somewhere else. Probably America.
Sounds about right.
And they're like, "I'm writing you a ticket." And it's like, "What for?" And he's like, "Oh, because of this." And like, "We didn't do that. You know we didn't do that." He goes, "Yeah, but I've already got the book out." And it's like, that's a terrible reason to be doing.
It's a terrible reason, but...
Look, once this book is out, it cannot go away without having a ticket written for you. It's like, oh, excellent.
Oh, excellent. You know I'm going to fight this, right? It's like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the book's already out.
The book is out. I'm writing. I am writing. You're getting a ticket.
This is going to be a fucking hassle for you. Off you go.
The book is out. Yeah, no, I fucking love that shit.
So I had to grab my book out, and that's a hassle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a ticket. You're going to fight it. It's going to be far more of a hassle for you.
You have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fucking great.
I'll probably just get a slap on the wrist and think, you didn't do it. Don't do it again.
Why'd you give him the ticket for... Well, generally, actually, that being said, like, tickets for public nuisance are like some of the worst ones ever, because it's just like, why'd you give me a ticket? You're being a public nuisance. I haven't done anything yet, but it was annoying us. Go away. Damn, he got us.
I mean, yeah, no, that's...
Can't do anything about that. I was being a nuisance.
He was annoyed. It was a nuisance. Holy shit.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
that.
Dude, yeah, Sydney was crazy though. Like, motherfuckers on horses, just random people on the street. Like, we'd go out and it'd be a Friday night and you're doing shit, And then there's just like these tents, like pop-up tents.
Yeah.
With people in like red shirts, and it's like, hey, are you drunk? Do you want to sit down and have a bottle of water? Maybe some lollies? And you're just like,
I'm drunk, I'll take the lollies, but don't give me that fucking water.
You're like, yes. And they're sitting there like, so where you been? I'm not drunk! I just wanted water and lollies.
Thank you!
Yeah. I remember, like, because we'd go out and do, like, scav hunt and shit, or just be, like, out and about in the city and just stand there talking to them. They're like, so what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, yeah, we're just we're from college. And they're like, oh, yeah, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, yeah, we're just out here doing a scav hunt. They're like, oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Oh, hang on, I'm getting a phone call. You've done what? Oh, fuck. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, someone just got arrested.
Oh, yeah, that's like...
Yeah, you should probably deal with that. I probably should. I'm not going to.
I'm not going to. You informed me of water and lollies.
Fuck, man. I just said, always with the scav hunts.
Oh, cool.
Remember two things. You're not from our college, and you've never heard of me. Why do we need to remember that? If the cops pull you over, I don't want my name being said. Ever.
No. I don't want it coming back to me at all.
But Darcy said we could steal the brew.
No. Shut up.
Shut your face. Oh, fuck, man.
You mention my name. When I get back,
I'm gonna kill you.
face will be caved.
Just, you're not from our college. If anyone asks, you're from New College. Everyone knows that. Where you from? New College.
New College.
And if they say, who's your senior? Who is the person we can get in contact with? You never heard of me. Give them someone else's name. Preferably make something up.
Make something up, or...
That'll get you in a lot of trouble, not me.
Make something up, or go meet someone from New College.
We knew people from New College.
Yeah, let's throw their names out.
We threw water bombs at them.
Oh, that's right.
And broke into their college.
Yep.
It was pretty funny. Well, I say broke in. We literally walked in after someone and was like, okay, come and steal some stocks.
Some stocks.
So then we went to where they keep the stocks, which is like, they only had half of them, but it was like the old stocks from Circular Quay, which was like stolen from one of the... If I'm remembering the story right, it was stolen by a Kenzo from Circular Quay. Okay. Kenzo, of course, being someone who went to the Kensington colleges.
Yeah, I know.
And brought back from Circular Quay. And then for the next like 10 years, every single college on campus was like stealing them off each other and hiding them, and then the next college would try and steal them back, and it was like just a pride game until a new college came along and were like, ha ha ha, we stuck them on our wall, aren't we clever? And then we're like,
well, now we know where they are.
Well, they always made a big deal, but someone broke in and did damage to the college and stole this thing that belongs to us. And it's like, actually incorrect. It belongs to the Kenzos if it belongs to anyone. But technically speaking, it belongs to Sydney City.
Yes.
Well, the other thing was that there's also a story that the original stocks were burnt.
Okay, yeah.
And that the half that New College had on their walls was a reproduction that they had made, and we're just like, bullshit.
Bullshit.
Calling bullshit on your story. You put them on your wall because you're a bunch of pussies. You didn't like, oh fuck man, it was hilarious. Like, one of the guys, before I got there, New College had a crane over their college, and he scaled that motherfucker to get onto their roof, to go in, sat in a toilet for like 4 hours until it was like midnight, stole the stocks, left, hid them for like a year. No one knew he had them. No one knew who had taken them. And then just like a year later, he was like, oh yeah, by the way, do you guys want these? Like, what the fuck? Everyone's just like, yeah, no, you just... And we're like, and then, yeah, New College put them back on their wall. And we were just like, the fuck?
No,
He scaled a fucking crane. Like, yeah, he's kind of an idiot. And we're like, yeah, he is.
Just a slight one.
But yeah, no, fuck, it was ridiculous.
And no one saw him doing it?
No. Okay, to be fair, we did a lot of shit to New College that we just thought was hilarious. Like a bunch of guys, there were cones in the middle of the road one day. I say in the middle of the... There were people doing roadworks, they had put out cones, as people were doing roadworks do. And a bunch of guys from college were just like... Put them all around the doorway of New College. Like, grabbed like 20 of them, put them around the doorway of New College, and then just like knocked on the window and was like, you guys got a gas leak. And, like, these are, they're not wearing anything that says, like, gas company. They're not in bright coloured, like, fluoros. They're just a guy in, like, a t-shirt and jeans just being like, yeah, you guys got a gas leak. You got to evacuate. And they was like, evacuate? So all these new college kids are standing out the front, and we're just like, what the fuck's going on? And then, like, one of the guys is like, oh, yeah, I just told them they had a gas leak. We're like, huh?
It's fucking brilliant.
Why did they believe that? But yeah. And then we also made up, like, another fun game.
Question how long they were outside for?
About an hour.
An hour until... What happened? Did they call someone?
Yeah, I think so. I think eventually they were like, you haven't heard about the gas leak or anything. What the fuck's going on? Right? Someone's like, no, there's no gas leak. And they're like, oh. Everyone can go back inside now. But, yeah, so, like, fucking... We used to do this thing called cupping, which is you drop styrofoam cups full of water from the windows onto people walking by.
Sounds great.
And, like, you'd come back after, like, a night out. And when I say night out, like a uni party or something like that, you'd come back and the street would just be white because of all the styrofoam cups that had been smashed to pieces. Like, styrofoam. And then you walk along and a cup would, like, land near you and just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then you hear, and you're like, no, I fucking live there, you idiots. I can find out who did it. And they're just like, oh, fuck. You walk up and you just, like, see a bunch of guys come and they're like, oh, fuck, we fucked up. And, like, people get so pissed off at it because one day, like, someone came in and dropped, like, some dude knocked on the door and, like, I let him in. He's like, somebody dropped a cup of water on me from the sky. And I was like, right. Do you know which window it came from? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a complaint. I'm like, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to pass it on to the upper management. We're going to find out who did this. Don't worry, we'll stop it. He walked out. I'm like, that's not happening. I'm like, mainly because, idiot, you got hit directly. And secondly, because they tried to stop us doing it all the time, but it didn't work. They'd, like, come up, who's been cupping? And, like, all the seniors, and they're going, wasn't us. And, like, was it the juniors? And we're like, not on this floor. And then juniors are like, so you guys were cupping, right? We're like, absolutely.
Of course we were.
Well, the seniors, of course, we were doing it. But then we stopped that because, you know, it was bad for the environment, all that styrofoam. Yeah. So we started getting laser pointers instead, just, like, shining it at people's feet. They'd be walking along, looking down their feet, and just, like, a laser pointer, and they'd look up and be like, where's that coming from? And, like, we used to do that to New College. We'd, like, stand by our window and just, like, shine laser lights through our window onto them. So anyway, this one day we're, like, standing there with this laser pointer, right? And there's, like, 6 of us, because this was, like, the greatest game ever, because when you're living in a college and there's nothing going on, like, it's the middle of semester or it's week 4 or something, it's the point where everyone's starting to knuckle down, there's nothing happening. You get so bored. Like, you get so bored. Makes sense. And you're just a group of, like, 20-year-old guys. So we're standing there with this laser pointer and we're, like, shining it. And there's this dude, like, doing his studying over at New College, and we're just like, oh yeah, okay. We're like, highlight that word for him. So we, like, got the laser pointer, we're, like, highlighting them, just shining it on the word. He's like, I was like, okay. And then there was this one chick that the guys told me about, because I wasn't there. I was being responsible. And they're like, oh yeah, there was this one chick, and we're like, and she was like, we stopped it. We stopped doing it to her. You know, I'm like, oh, really? Because it's fun while they hate it. But she went all attention and started going like, closing the windows, opening them up 5 seconds later, like, shouting stuff at them. And I was just like, yes, classic attention seeker. Like, yeah, so we swapped to this guy eating cookies. And I was like,
shining on that cookie.
Tell me about these cookies. And they're like, yeah, we're just shining on the cookies as he was eating them. I was like, oh, you fucking boys. I'm like, you guys are classic.
It's great. Just point at a cookie there and say, I guess I'll have that one next.
But yeah, no. So I was like, we went, yeah, laser pointers.
That's great.
And then we went back to cupping as well.
Of course.
But
stop it long enough.
And then at some point we got it in our mind, we were like, wait, hang on. Laser, cup, new game, try and hit the cup on the laser point. So we were walking past like, there's a laser. Yeah, no.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. No, we were very inventive. Or there was the other thing we called the zoo, which is you turn off all the lights in the common room and open the windows, and as people walk past, you start making animal noises at them. Or like you see like a dude walking past with a girl, and they'd be like, probably weren't in a relationship because it was like your classic dude walking back with a girl to her car after they've been studying and shit. So it's like, this far apart. And you'd just be like sitting there and you'd be like, kiss her! Just kiss her! No, just kiss her! And then I'll be like, the fuck? No, just kiss her! You're just like screaming. And then they like cross the road and walk away.
Like, let's get further away from that place.
No, but just kiss her! When I go, she's not my girlfriend, just kiss her though. Just do it!
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think the funniest one was, she's my sister. Oh, yeah, bro, okay, good. No, don't kiss her. Don't. Sorry!
Don't do that!
Carry on!
Yeah, there'd be one guy. I imagine there'd be one guy that'd still yell it out.
Kiss her!
Just kiss her! It's like,
Funniest ones were...
everyone turned around and said, you fucking idiot.
Funniest ones were, though, because there were several floors, right? And all the common rooms were piled on top of each other. Yeah. So you like hear someone screaming from the other one, so you'd open yours and start screaming back at them. Oi, shut up! We're trying to do stuff up here! No, you shut up! I was shut up! Fucking... what are you yelling at? We're yelling at these two. What are they doing? Nothing. Oh, fuck off then! That's what we were saying! Yeah, well, we agree with them. Fuck off! Fucking...
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was stupid. It was very stupid.
Well, I suppose it's the same thing that Dad and I used to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just swearing constantly, then Mum she'd yell out, stop swearing, so we'd start constantly swearing at each other.
Mm.
Until she eventually, and it was generally about 2 minutes later, finally yells out, shut the fuck up. At which point, job's done, she swore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we had so much fun. We were so stupid too. As I said. Yeah, there was a lot of downtime in college. Like, a lot of time when you're not doing anything. And when you're not doing anything and the mind's wandering. It's ridiculously funny how stupid smart people can be. Yeah. A lot of the time. We set a lot of things on fire by accident because, and the response was usually, well, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Well, you could sound smarter. It's like, well,
why is
that
the
hypothesis was wrong.
Why is the carpet on fire? Oh, well, we didn't realise that the door would set the carpet on fire.
The door set the carpet on fire.
Well, why was the door on fire? Oh, we were writing our names on it.
You're writing your names on it?
Yeah, we made
With what?
Did I ever tell you about fire in a cup?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. The same stuff that made fire in a cup also made fire on a door.
Which made fire on a floor?
Well, the thing was, right...
I did hear about fire.
When you spray something on a door, it drips down.
Well, yes, it does.
And so do all the little particles and land in the carpet in front.
Indeed.
So eventually you're writing enough stuff and like one of the flames goes down one of the drips and you're like, oh, that's interesting. And then it gets into all the stuff that's soaked into the carpet and it's like, you're like...
You should probably stop that.
That's not good. Everyone's like stamping on it. It's like, how's the carpet? Slightly singed. Okay, just pretend I'm... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Yep, everyone was in their rooms. No one saw nothing. Let's go. Yep. Dude, that was like another time where like someone walked up and went, "You boys don't know anything about that giant tea stain on the carpet." We're like, "Giant tea stain on the look out! There's just a giant tea stain on the carpet." We're like, no, we don't. And they're like, okay. 2 nights before, Nick had just been like lying there with a cup of tea and just been like knocked it over because he was drunk as fuck and it was just like poof! Fucking tea went everywhere and he's just like, and we're all just kind of standing there like, okay, here's the plan. Yep. No one saw anything. Let's go.
No one saw anything. Let's go.
But it was like I can't even remember why he had a cup of tea like at his head and then just started freaking out on the floor like it's laying face down, just being like. And someone's like, we should move that tea before he knocks it over. Like, nah, it'll be fine. And I can't remember if he knocked it over while he was like flailing, which might have happened. But I think it was even funnier because he stopped and everyone was like, see, you didn't knock it over. And then he got up and went to pick it up and knocked it over. It was one of the two, and I'm pretty sure it was the second one because we were like, wow, fuck. And, you know, well, fuck isn't the reaction if you knocked over a flail. And I was like, oh, god damn it.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, fuck comes out when you're like, how did you flail for 5 minutes and not knock it over? And then once you picked it up, you were just like,
oh, fuck.
got it. Oh, it's all over the carpet.
Got it, I had it. It's gone now.
And we're just like, oh, fuck. Listen, there was like so
no
much.
one saw anything. Off you go.
So yeah, pretty much. So much downtime though. Like, as I said, when you've got a lot of brain power in a single place and there's nothing going on, you get some stupid shit, like a gorilla with a Nerf gun. Found a gorilla suit and a Nerf gun
with thumbtacks in it.
Well, no, that was science.
Knife on a rope? Oh no, dart on a rope.
Science.
Science.
I don't know. That was inventing a new game.
Wasn't a smart game.
No, we probably shouldn't have been standing right next to each other with fucking rope darts being like... Oh, it hit the roof.
Well, where'd that go?
It's also like the game we invented where you throw darts at a dartboard whilst very intoxicated and someone else with a Nerf gun tries and shoots them out of the sky. And after the dart like landed this far away from young Cal's leg, this far away from young Cal's leg, we're like... Safety rules.
Maybe we should do something.
That's what the game was missing. Safety. Because like the game was, the dartboard's here. The person with the gun's standing pretty well. Let's say the dartboard is here. The person is about Chris's distance away from it. Probably about this far. Yeah, that's about right. So about this far away from it, with a Nerf gun being like, "Yep, throw those darts. I'm gonna knock them out of the sky." And then the person throwing the darts is super drunk and like being like, "Yep," and they're about 3-4 meters away, going like, missed. And like, we're throwing these darts, and they're embedding themselves like this deep into wood. And we're going like, we're like yanking them out, and we're like, safety. Well, okay, here's the rule: you can't go past this line because that means that the couch is in front of you, so you shouldn't get hit. Because if it's going to hit you, it'll hit the couch first. Shannon was asleep on the couch. Well, yeah, so if it hits the couch, it's all good. Shannon's just lying there asleep. And we're like, at another point, we're like, I think it landed this far away from Shannon. And we're just like, no safety.
No safety. No one can be sleeping on the couch.
Pretty much. We've got to pull the couch back up in. Oh, fuck, no.
We could have killed Shannon.
Pretty much. The inventive brains, the geniuses that we are.
Yeah.
I was like, the other game we used to play a lot, which was just peg a tennis ball down the hallway from like one end to the other.
It's a fun game, though.
Yeah, and you just be like sitting there being like, boom! And like, because it was me and the cricket boys. So it's like, boom, 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 boom. And then like someone walks out, and boom! And you're like, why'd you walk out, you idiot?
It's a solid question.
Why were you throwing a ball down the hallway? We're bored. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no,
Did you put a hole in the wall?
No. We were all very good catching.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, no, fuck it. Yeah.
You should know while you're drunk. Definitely put a hole in the wall.
Also, the walls are brick.
Oh.
And then there was the BB gun incident where we were like
Would it have
standing.
been better if there was a hole in it? Like, at the bottom of a set of stairs at one of the houses I lived in, there was holes in it. So I just sit on the stairs throwing a tennis ball at it. Just trying to get it through one of them. The first day, it got through. It was raining, so obviously the ball's heavier. Jessica was standing on the other side of the wall, nailed her in the fucking head. It's a great shot.
Great job.
And then she's like, "Why'd you do that?" It's like, "Why were you standing on the other side of the wall?"
Yeah, exactly. Throw it back at them. That's,
Yeah.
it. That's how we do it. That's how you do it. Yeah. No, but I think that probably the most dangerous thing we ever did. No, that probably wasn't that dangerous. The most dangerous thing that ever happened while I was there was someone getting locked in their room and being like, "Okay, here's my plan. I'm going to scale the outside of the building to get out of my room." And we're like, "He's on the 7th floor, right?" "Yep." I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
Wait, how did he get locked in his room?
Don't put a chair.
So he's let him out.
No.
So he's scaled?
No, we opened the door like an hour later and he's just hanging from his windowsill. Like, get your ass back in the window. "Oh, you guys let me out?" Yes.
Yes. Should have known we were going to.
I was just going to jump down to the first floor. No!
Oh, you're on the 7th. Don't be a dickhead.
Oh, I could have scaled it. No!
Stop it.
This is how people fall to their deaths. Oh, actually, no, that might have been the most dangerous thing that ever happened. We climbed up onto the roof one night when we were drinking. Just sat there drinking. It was like, how high are we? Approximately 9 stories. Excellent. Great pictures, like, of the city and shit, but then we're like sitting there and like, that's how, like sitting on the edge of this building, right? My feet are dangling. I'm just like, this is dangerous.
Oh, hold on. I'm drunk. This is dangerous.
It took like 4 of us to get onto the roof because like there's like a area at the top, right? So it was like a courtyard type thing with then a roof on top of it.
Yeah.
So you had to like pull a chair over, then put something on the chair, then like have another guy like throw someone up so they could grab the other guy and pull him. You had to get someone up there to pull the other guys up pretty much to the thing.
Of course.
So we're like standing on this fucking wobbly ass tower that we've built whilst we're all drunk, throwing each other up and then pulling each other up, and we're like up there and we're just like standing there and like, this is nice.
Holy shit, someone could have died.
And then, yeah, like after being up there for like half an hour, I'm just like sitting there dangling my feet off the edge and being like, holy shit, that's a long way down.
Holy shit.
I'm like sitting on a like this wide as how big the part I'm sitting on is. I'm like, oh fuck. Oh, that's pretty dangerous. I think I want to get down now.
Shit.
And they're like, Darcy, this part over here is bigger. I'm like, sweet.
Sweet, let's go sit over there.
Pop up and walk over there.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, we did some stupid things.
Yeah.
But and that's what your 20s are for, being young and stupid.
True. Very true.
Live hard, fast, live pretty corpse.
Pretty cool. I mean, look, if you do dangerous enough,
Yeah. No, but yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of stupid things. I guess that's what living with 135 other 20-year-old guys will do.
yeah, that'll do it.
It's just a situation where it's like one person does something and then the next person's like, hold my beer.
Now I have to do it.
That was it. I've definitely told you the story about Max Jones. We're like, oh, Maxie, what you doing? He's like, nothing much. Turned and smashed his head through him. Like, Max, why? Oh, fuck, I don't know. Who smashed the window? Don't know.
Don't know. Just a piece of glass in his head.
He had to go to the hospital.
No idea.
It's like,
What's that?
he had to go to the hospital.
Who
Mine-
smashed the glass? I don't know. Was it the person who went to hospital?
Probably not. There was a lot of smashed glass. And that was like a really dangerous time when like one of the guys accidentally ran through smashed glass. Got like stabbed in the stomach.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we were all worried about him.
That one's fair though.
And then that was the time Max Jones flipped a fucking golf cart on top of himself. That didn't happen at college, but that was like, we came back after like, yeah, it would have been mid-year break, so we'd all been gone for a month, came back and Max Jones is in a fucking wheelchair. We're like, what the fuck did you do? Oh, I flipped a golf cart on top of myself. Like, how? He goes, oh, well, I was hanging out of it like this. And we're like, enough said.
Enough said.
You know what? I understand fully where you're coming from. Well, yeah, I was just sort of dangling there and I was just like, oh.
That landed on my leg.
Fuck, went on. Oh, man. It was like everything we did. I don't like.
See, this is why we also say, just because you went to uni doesn't mean you're smart.
No, especially if you lived in a college, you're either one of the smartest people but done the dumbest shit, and you know you have.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting there going, I guarantee I know people who are like lawyers and doctors who are like, yes, I'm a lawyer and a doctor, I'm very professional. It's like, I have stories about you. And they're like, oh fuck, please don't tell anyone.
Don't say anything. Please, no.
They'll take away my office. They'll think I'm a dum-dum.
Just don't say
But-
it.
But like, so like, yeah, because our college, being all boys and only boys, because all the other colleges were co-ed, the many B's of
Yes.
UNSW.
Yes.
We're sitting there, and the other colleges hated us because we were good at sport. One, because we had a lot of people who played a lot of different sports. Two,
Yes.
we trained for sport because like when you're sitting around and you're like, what are we doing? It's like nothing. We're going to go do training for this sport we're playing. Yep, hockey training's tomorrow. Yep, this. It's like, I'm not sitting there being like, I could, but I'd rather sit here with these girls and talk about what they're talking about. They're just all in their underwear, so I'm happy to sit here.
It's a fair reason you said that, though.
Fair enough. As I said, we get it. Good for you. As I said, Grumpy Darcy got grumpy sometimes. The football game where they're like, the other college starts screaming at us. When I say we've got, you say girls. We've got girls. We've got girls. And I'm just in there with like 3 beers in my hand, going like, well, get them off the fucking field because I want to watch a game of football. That didn't go down well.
That's gold.
It's very funny, but it was just like... Fortunately, there were, again, a situation where it's like, okay, well, we're about even numbers, so if a brawl goes down, us being all guys, we've got the advantage. But yeah, no, fuck it, was just, I was just like, just so pissed off at that point in time. And drunk. But,
I mean, you had 3 beers.
I was drinking 3 beers. I had more.
I'm not aware.
But then there was the other time. Fucking we're doing fucking what do they call it? Cross country. We're doing cross country, and like, you know, they put up like wardens. I think that's what they call them, race wardens, to like make sure you're doing the right thing. And I've rocked up in a pair of thongs, skinny jeans, and a fucking giant ass hoodie, and I'm like walking along, and there's like guys like, I take it you're not taking this race seriously. I'm like, pull out a can of Coke or gave it away. He's like, you can take the short route, because it was like the guys had to take the long route and the girls got to take the shorter route.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. And then I just turned and walked through the path because there was a cafe in the middle of the park, so I just walked to the cafe and got a hot dog.
Okay.
That became my standard fucking cross country day thing. The only person, well, actually not the only person, because a bunch of people started joining me, but we were the group that would start the race without food and come back with like milkshakes and hot dogs and be like, how's it gone?
Where'd you get those from? Cafe.
How long ago did the first? Who, you know, everyone's finished, right?
How long were you at the cafe for? Long enough.
Oh yeah, you got to make sure, because the worst thing you could possibly do is like be standing at the finish line with a fucking hot dog and a milkshake and be like, "You've come first." That can't be right.
There's a problem here.
Shit. They're like watching the people who've actually come running through, and they're like, "Fuck you doing?" Sorry, I wasn't slow enough.
My bad. I'll do better next year.
I remember one day we're like fucking walking there, and like we're walking back, and there's a guy running past us, like one of the actual guys who used to run it from our college, and he's running. He's like, "What are you boys doing?" And we're like, hold up our food and drink, and he's just like, "What are you doing? We thought you'd be finished by now." I was like, "Oh yeah, I finished. This is my warm down run," because he'd just run the course again to warm down, and we're like, "Fucking show off!"
Fucking hell. Yeah, no, that's the right response.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yes, good. Glad we did this.
Throw your hot dogs at him. Oh, I gotta go get more hot dogs.
Oh. Not the hot dog guys? Yep.
Yeah, but oh fuck, it was just, yeah. There's just this guy being like, looking at me and being like, I take it you're not taking this seriously, and me being like,
what gave you away?
Really?
I don't know what gave you that idea.
The fact that I'm like at the back with like the truly unathletic people, and I'm wearing skinny jeans.
I literally just came to go to that cafe. This was in the way.
Look, you got to start the race. You got to finish the race. That's how you get the point.
Wait, there was points?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was part of the intercollege sports.
Okay.
So you got points based on how many, percentage-wise.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were a really small college, you couldn't score as many points as someone that had like 1,000 students.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
If you had like, let's say 35. So it was all percentage based. So it's like, if you had 1,000 students, very hard to get all 1,000 of them to come and do it.
Yes.
Like, very hard to get anything more than 100 to come and do it.
Yeah.
But if you had 35, very easy to get all 35 of them out of bed on a Sunday morning. Just be like, come on, you've just got to go past the finish line and start when the buzzer goes, and we get points. And for us, it was like a mandatory thing, and it was hilarious. Because, okay, again, super sporty, mandatory, but the guys that tried to get out of it, because you had the guys that were like, I don't want to go, and then you had the guys like me who was like, I don't want to be here, but I'm going to make the most of it. Milkshakes and hot dogs. And like, fuck, one guy, he hid in his cupboard. And like, not his cupboard, like the big cupboard on the ground. Like, no, we had like storage cupboards up the top that were like yay high by yay wide. And he'd climbed up into there. And, you know, we knew the tricks, so they just opened it and went, come on, out you get. And he was just like curled up in like a bunny in there. And he was like, come on, get your shoes on.
Oh, I don't want to go.
I thought this was going to help me. Haha, we've seen it all, buddy.
You thought this was a new trick?
The only way you could get out of it is if you were super dedicated to getting out of it and being like, okay, there. Cross country's at 8 o'clock. I'm leaving college at 7:30, and I will not be back till 8:30. Where are you off to? Gotta go.
Got an appointment. Where? Never mind.
Places. Gotta go places. Bye. No, but yeah, fucking.
Or the good old day before, I was like, okay, so if I put my leg here and you jump on it, come on, do it.
I have a plan. I'm going to shatter my femur.
Please, help me with this.
Yeah, no, fucking, but yeah, so, fucking, yeah, stupid stuff.
And look, if you shattered your femur, there's a high chance you won't have to do it next year either. You don't even have to...
Yeah, I think someone tried that one year. They were like, oh, I've pulled a muscle in my leg, I can't run. And unfortunately, that was the year that one of our guys had done his ACL, and he was still going to do it in his leg brace and everything. They're like, if Keeb can do it, you can do it.
Oh, geez.
They're like, everyone's kind of like, fuck you, Keeb.
Unlucky.
What the fuck? Why are you so dedicated?
Why are you dedicated? Why can't you just be a normal person that just cries at the fact you tore your ACL?
Funniest thing was when he did it though, like, because he was a med student, so like he actually rocked up to a lecture where he'd been in a consult with the lecturer whilst giving the lecture. If that makes sense. He went to a doctor. The doctor was like, "Oh, that's your ACL. Let's call this." I think it's a professor. I think that's what they call them. But it was like a specialist on that thing and being like, "Yeah, here's the one that'll tell us what we should do." Call him. He answers the phone. They're like, "Hey, blah blah. We got this guy with an ACL. It's now a bad time to talk." He's like, "No, go for it." Puts it on speakerphone so that the whole lecture can kind of hear it. He's like, "Okay, I just let you know, I'm at a lecture. Funny you should ask this because I'm kind of giving a lecture on it right now. So this is going to be good experience for the guys." Blah blah. Does that. Rakib leaves his doctor's appointment. Gets to his class. Hobbles in. Lecturer looks and goes, "Oh, bit injured, are you?" He goes, "Yeah, I was just at a doctor's, my ACL." And he's like, "Oh, doctor I was just talking to, eh?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Whole class knows about you."
Oh shit!
Like, fuck.
Damn it.
But yeah, so he did his ACL and like he's in the whole brace, everything. It's so funny. We're playing Assassins. Those of you who have never played Assassins is a ridiculously fun game where you get a large group of people and pretty much say everyone who's playing the game now gets a target. The rules are you have to kill your target with your weapon. You can only have one weapon. You have to submit it to the person running the game at the start of the game so that they know to kill someone. Let's say this pen is my weapon. I kill Kris. And I have to use the same weapon for the entire game. The rules are you are safe in selected safe zones, which are like your bedroom, the bathrooms, and then like communal places where we didn't want people playing Assassin. So like the chapel, the library, and the dining hall. Everywhere else was free game. You were only safe in the presence of people still in the game.
Yep.
Oh no, sorry, not people still in the game. People who were playing the game.
Yeah.
So even if they were dead, there was still a safety for you because if someone witnessed you getting murdered, you were still alive. You had to do it all stealthy. Very fun game. very time consuming. I sat in the dark room for 9 hours waiting for my target. And I didn't take my phone because I was like, hey, it can't be that long. He left at like 2 a.m. and I was just like, kill him. He was like, how long were you in that room for? I'm like, too long.
Too long?
Too long. But yeah. So we're playing Assassins and Rakib was also playing Assassins. And he's standing out the front of his room. And then I think the person trying to kill him, or not even the person trying to kill him, someone just opened the door and we're all guys. So the thing was, even if they weren't your target, if you saw someone standing alone, you'd go pretend you're grabbing a weapon and start running towards them. And I just hear Rakib go, ah! And I pop out and he's lying on the ground holding his leg. I'm like, and there's another guy standing there I was like, you tried to run, didn't you? And he went, mm-hmm. I went, you have a torn ACL. He went, yep. I went, that was pretty stupid.
Yep.
He's like, it really hurts. I was like, yep.
Of course it will.
That's good.
Oh,
good times. But yeah, so playing Assassin, that was a great game. That was so much fun. And if you've got a big group of people and you want to play it, definitely give it a go. Nothing quite makes friendship as good as paranoia, constant fear, and knowing that someone out there wants you dead. Really brings you together as a group.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, definitely one of the funnest things to do. And the thing was, I don't know why, but some of the first years thought the game would last a week. And you're in month 2 of it, and people are how are people still alive? And it's because we take this shit seriously. Do you know what the prize for this game is? No? Case of beer. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kill, and we get killed. And we take this shit serious.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
If you get killed, it's not just I've been killed, it's fuck. Get my case of beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And traitors get dealt with harshly.
Yes.
But yeah, no, oh fuck.
Especially if they win.
Oh, no. It's when, because, when you get down to the last 4, it's very rare that they're on the same floor. So then you get the floor kind of rivalry start going, yeah, but our boy's still alive. And it's yeah, so's our boy. And then you're probably, I'm going to dinner, and it's 7 guys come out, yeah, we'll escort you. Guys, I gotta go do my washing. No problem. Guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. Got my eyes on you. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, but it's great fun. It actually really is a really fun game.
Great.
Oh, dude. If you've got a group of people, give it a go. All you need is one person who's a little bit savvy and doesn't want to be in the game, doesn't want to be an assassin, and they just set it up for you. And I'll be they're the only person who knows who everyone's target is, they know what everyone's weapon is, and they're just fuck yeah. I think I might not have it anymore, but mine was listed a little fucking wooden knife. I had all the names of the people I killed written on it, and I was just yeah, I'm a fucking psychopath.
Look, there's one thing that's guaranteed to be on my person at all times. A weapon.
But yeah. But that was the other thing. You always had to have your weapon on you.
Yeah.
And you do a check in the morning, I'm off to class, books, laptop, wooden knife. You get to class and everyone's why are you carrying a wooden knife just in case?
Just in case. What?
Sitting there, I fucking remember sitting there one day and I'm because I was after a target and he was doing his fucking honours. So he was thesising, which meant he was in the library, safe zone. In his room, safe zone. At dinner, safe zone. I was I'm going to have to get this motherfucker 1 class a semester. I'm he leaves for 1 class. I'm going to have to get this motherfucker on the run. Or I'm going to have to wait in a fucking dark room for 9 hours till he's on his way back to his bedroom and he doesn't have a bodyguard group because he's it's 2 a.m. Surely no one's waiting for me. Anyway, got him. But yeah, so I'm sitting in my class and I see him walking. He's walking to his class and he doesn't have anyone with him. And I'm there's the door. It's a short hallway to the outside door. He'll probably be about 10 meters ahead of me if I sprint. I get out of my chair. I'm just like, I gotta go. He got away. Yeah, he must have ducked into one of the buildings that was closer than I thought. And I was just like, come back and they're like, what was that? I'm like, unimportant.
Unimportant.
It's like, you grabbed your wooden knife and you ran. I'm like, look, okay, gotta get this motherfucker when he's on the move.
Oh shit!
But
so you waited in his room?
no, I waited outside the library. In a dark room for hours.
I'm assuming it was glass, so you could see out of the room.
No, I was like just waiting for the library had big doors on it, so I heard the library door close and I'd like just stand next to the doorway and I'd wait until the thing moved past and I'd like check to see if it was him. If it wasn't him, I'd go back to lying in the dark room. Then I'd hear the door again, pop up, check. And when it was him, I was like, when he walked past, I'm like, I've got him. He went, I just silently stepped out behind him. He went into the common room. I stepped behind him. He was walking towards the elevator, and I'm just like, knife out, move a little bit faster. He heard, he looks back and goes, oh fuck. He starts legging it. I leg it, get him.
Yeah.
Because the thing was, once he was on his way to the elevator, unprotected, he was done. His day was done. Because he wasn't going to be able to get into an elevator and get out of there before I got him.
Yeah, before
that's a box of death.
It is.
Unless you've got your heavies with you, getting in an elevator is a box of death.
That's it. Especially if you get in there.
I think that's how I actually got one of my targets. You know, he hopped into the elevator with me alone. I was just like, I looked out. There's no one else coming. I was just like, he's like, damn. I was like, that was foolish.
That was foolish? Yeah.
I was like, you were in the elevator by yourself. I'm like, yes, but I know I'm safe.
What would have been better is if you grabbed it out and then just stood there with the weapon and waited for those doors to start opening, then get him. Because he's just there and he's like, oh, I'm done for. Shit, I can't do anything. He's blocking the way. just doors start opening, so before anyone can see, that's when you get him.
I think my favourite one is like the one where you just draw your weapon and you just stand there pointing at someone and they're like, and then you stab them and they go, fuck. You go, you're not my target. And then just walk away. They go, what? You're like, I could have killed you. You gotta get your head on.
I could have killed you. I'm not your target. Think about it.
I can't even remember why I was in the elevator. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was with one of my guys on my floor, and like when young Cal got in the lift with us, I was like, there were several people I called young Cal.
What would have been better?
And I was just like, oh, hey, young Cal. And I go and looked. I think it was Dookie. And I was like, Dookie. I'm like, hey, Dookie, didn't you need to get out here? And Dookie's like, yes. And I grabbed Cal, and Dookie walked out, and I went. Then Dookie puts his head back in. Is he dead? I'm like, yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, fucking crazy. Because I was like, yeah, I definitely killed him in the lift. I was like, wait, was I in the lift alone? That would have been incredibly stupid of me. I was like, maybe I was with Dookie, and when Dookie, like, because I told Dookie who I was after, obviously, he was my safety. So I was like, dude, you have to be my safety. However, if I'm with this person alone, you gotta leave because I got stabbed this motherfucker. You're not their safety, you're my safety. So I think that's why he walked into the lift, because there were two of us, and I was like, dude, you gotta get out of here, right? And he's like, And that's when the face drops because they know they're fucked up. Yeah. Anyway, Assassins. Great game. Consider playing.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it's good fun.
There's so many ways to just let them wallow in their own defeat before they're defeated. That's
Oh, if you can catch them in a stairwell where they can't go backwards, like the doors are the ones where you can come in but you can't go out.
Yeah.
You catch them there, you're like, only way out's down, and I'm down, motherfucker.
Oh, no.
They're like, I'll live up here. You're like, no, can't do that. It's like I come up the staircase. Like, I go up staircase. I'm like, eventually you're gonna run out of room. What if I yell for help? No one's coming.
There's just so many situations. Like, you just traumatize them.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like there's so many ways to do it, and it would be fun.
get betrayed by going to get Subway cookies. That's a sad one.
Oh.
Hey, you want to come get some Subway cookies? Fuck yeah. And then you walk out to get these Subway cookies and everyone disappears and you're like, oh no. Then you sprint out of the fucking place and you're just legging it. You're like, I don't know who's after me, but someone's chasing me. Yeah, no, good times. Great game. As I said, if you're after a little bit of paranoia, insecurity, and fear of death, give it a go. Get several of your friends together and kill each other. Yeah. No. Great time. Yeah. Kris, it's been about an hour of us talking rubbish about the past, as always.
Yes.
Anything to add?
No. I haven't played again with them.
You got nothing.
Most I've done is like at Nick's place one day and then we just walked outside. We were about to leave. It's like someone had a torch. So we started playing Spotlight. Then everyone got in the car, went to the park, and then continued playing Spotlight.
Children.
Hey, no. Look. It was only the year after we finished school. We weren't in our 20s yet.
I think the last time I played that I was actually in school. At a camp.
Yeah,
anyway. Well, because Kris has nothing to add and I'm, quite parched because I've been talking for about an hour.
Yeah, this
Thank you for
done
joining
anything for me.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Thank you for joining us. As always, I've been Darcy, joined by Kris.
Yes.
This has been the Unnamed Podcast. If you liked it, give us a like. Think about subscribing.
Yep.
Tell a friend.
Do it.
Put it on a billboard.
Yes.
Just get it out there.
Don't make us pay for the billboard. Do it for us.
Nick. Still waiting on that ghost hunting money. But no, seriously, thanks you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. See you later. Do something. Let's buy a cake.
Buy a cake?
Cake.
You say hate cake?
I hate cake.
Oh, okay.
I
Then
agree.
why did you suggest buying a cake?
I hate cake.
You're gonna just buy it to hate on it? Just to put it on the bench and just look at it and say, I fucking hate you, and then leave?
No, you are such a disappointment. Just turn and walk away. Take it back to the store. I'd like to return this cake. What's wrong with it? I hate cake.
Why'd you buy
Just stare at them. Can I get my money back or not? Sure, I suppose. Why not?